Alright guys, story time. So if you guys follow me on Facebook, which you should because there's a lot of fun that goes on over there, Cooper Bogetti on Facebook, you guys should check it out. A lot of fun. But if you guys follow me on there, you probably read my story from the other day about me trading my Tahoe. Now, a lot of you guys know the Tahoe. It's a great car. I've had it for a long time, since 2017. It has never left me stranded. It's never been a problem. It's been great. It's just been a great car. I've owned it for a long time. Many people have driven it. Many people have enjoyed it. It was a daily driver. It's got 240,000 miles on it. It doesn't owe me anything. But I decided I'm gonna trade it. I've been trying to trade it for a while. It just sits. It sat for the last year with just moving around the yard, so probably 2 miles put on it in the last year. Stop the video. I gotta talk to you guys about our sponsor today, Keeps. You guys have probably heard a lot of people talk about Keeps, and that is because it is such a great product. 2 out of 3 guys will experience hair loss by the time they are 35. 2/3. With Keeps, it is at-home hair growth. You can get quality expert care without ever visiting a doctor. Do it right from your own home. You don't have to worry about going to the pharmacy, going to the doctor, comes right to your door. Use the product, see results. It is so simple. And the best time to act on hair loss is while you still have hair. If you look up and you're like, oh, maybe it's thinning a little bit. If you look around at your family and you're like, man, a lot of people with some bad hair around here. I don't want that to be me. Click the link down below, keeps.com/Cooper Bogetti to get your discount now. Please. Not just for me, but for your loved one. Grow your hair. You know, everybody wants to keep their hair. Everybody wants a full head of hair. Slide down into the description. Check out the link. There's so much good information out there. Read up on it. Take a look. You guys want nice, flowing hair like me? Check out Keeps. Huge thank you to them for sponsoring the video. Let's get to it. I decided it's time to trade this thing. So, like a normal American citizen, I hop on the old Facebook marketplace, I put it on there, I list out everything, and I say open to all trades. Here's a video of me the day I was going to trade it. A young, naive Cooper. Alright guys, well, not the video I planned to make today, but here we are. So somebody reached out to me and offered to trade the Tahoe, which I've been trying to trade this thing or sell it or get rid of it for a while now. It just really doesn't serve me any good. I've always had plans for it, but it's really not necessary to do the plans. They're just not really worth it right now. So we're gonna bring this over, and maybe he wants to trade for this car. It'll be my first one, anything like this in a lot of ways.
A trade. And
my first trade car to car. So
yeah.
I'm gonna bring this over. It's a good car. It needed to be jump started, but that's because it sits for a good amount of time. It probably has some draw somewhere. GM car. Yeah. But if you drive it regularly, it won't die. So. And then the deal goes down. So he messages me that morning. I say, okay, I'll have it to you in 45 minutes. Go to him. He's 20 minutes away. I quickly rinse it off. I had to jump start it. Key to the story, I had to jump start it, which didn't surprise me at all. You know, the battery's been in there for a while. The car sits a lot. Jump start it, sounds about normal. Jump start it with the truck, pretty easy. It was a little bit weird, but it took a minute. Starts up, runs fine. Battery's charging, alternator's ripping. So I wasn't too worried. I said, probably fine. Let's just bring it over to him, and then I'll let it charge up. I let it run for probably 30 minutes while I rinsed it off, and then brought it over to this nice feller's house. So I get there and I see the car that I'm going to be trading for. And at this point, I'm just excited. I've had this car for so long. I haven't driven it. It doesn't benefit the channel at all. And I see this car sitting there. Turbo, 4-cylinder, front wheel drive, bright orange, chrome wheels. Just the perfect level of beat up, stick shift, obnoxious, and I'm here for it. I get pumped up because, you know, it's not exactly the most exciting car, but it's pretty cool. They're pretty cool cars. And I've never owned a Dodge product, so figured let's give this a try. So we talk, I let the car just sit there and idle. I tell him, I said, hey, the battery might be going out. Turn off the car. Doesn't start up. Wouldn't you know, tough break, she doesn't start up. So we make the deal while the Tahoe is turned off. And then, you know, we settle on everything. We're signing paperwork. And, you know, I drove him around the block with the Tahoe before I turned it off, and everything was good. I started up his car, and it felt good. I did my due diligence. I wasn't too worried about it because, you know, this car is not, like, it's not my daily driver. I was not trading this car to have my only car. This was going to be his only car. But that's why I wasn't too worried. I was like, whatever problems it has, whatever issues it has, I'm not too worried about it. I can fix it. It's fun. I like fixing cars. I like working on cars. He said the transmission was grinding a little bit, third gears. You know what happens in these transmissions. I wasn't worried about it. This is a project car. I was just going to have fun with it. I do the normal thing. I just started it up. I heard it. I listened to it. I heard an exhaust leak. Whatever. Didn't worry about it. Turn off the Tahoe and it doesn't start back up. So I brought a jump pack with me, tried the jump pack, it wasn't working. It was acting really weird. It was acting like the battery was just shot. So I was like, all right, whatever. This, you know, it's dead right once it gets to his house. That's on me. I call up Bronte. She comes over with the truck. I go with her to get a new battery. I put the battery in his driveway and then starts up. It's good. I'm like, okay, perfect. Put a brand new battery in it for you, 140 bucks, whatever, doesn't matter. Car needed a new battery. I sold a car that had a non-working battery. I'm not gonna do that, so I put a new battery in it. I get in this bright orange Dodge Neon, go take it for a drive home, 20 minutes home. You guys can see these videos of me ripping this thing. It sounded great. The blow-off valve, I was all for it. I've never had a car like this. I've never had like a fun stick shift turbo car.
Coop's new whip. How's it going?
This thing's pretty fresh. So I was in. I was like, this is cool. This is different. This is not what I'm used to. I am glad to not have the Tahoe anymore at this point because it has done nothing but just sit, and I'm sick of that. About 40 minutes go by. I'm home, standing in my kitchen, and just cooling off because I was outside for like 3 hours, just in the heat, trying to put a battery in this thing, jump started the whole nine, talking to this guy for a couple, like an hour or so. Then get a message. Hey, the car is making crazy sounds. It's smoking, and I think it's about to catch on fire. My first thought is, okay, you know, that's unfortunate. I just put a battery in it. Maybe I did something wrong. I told him, hey, don't worry about it. I'm coming. So I get in my truck, because my truck has tools, and I head on down, and I'm like, let's see what's going on. He's messaging me frantically, just, dude, it's smoking, it's white smoke, it's making noise, it's sparking, it's gonna catch on fire, then finally calls me, it's on fire, what do I do? Okay, so I call him, say, okay, listen, it's very simple. Get in the car, put it in neutral, let it roll out of your driveway, because it was parked under a carport, you know, up against his house. So let it roll out of the driveway, get it away from your family, put the fire out, get a garden hose, something. There's so many options. The option he went with, not an option I would have done, but he gets into his car, he has a broken foot, so he hobbles into his car, puts it in neutral, and lets it start rolling out of his carport with the driver door open. The driver door catches the pole on the carport, stopping the car instantly, and it just won't move now. So now it has to go up the hill to get the door to close to roll back down the hill, and obviously it won't start because the starter is currently on fire, from what I'm told. I don't know what on a starter could burn unless there's some oils on there, which it's a 300,000 mile LS, so obviously it's not pretty underneath. There's some oil. It's just normal. It shouldn't be, but I mean, it is normal, let's be honest. So I proceed to get to the scene of this alleged fire, and I see no fire. I see panic. I see chaos. I see nobody attempting to turn on a garden hose to put this out, and nobody attempting to do anything. So I get there, and I very calmly turn on the garden hose, look at the starter. That's the studs on the starter are beet red now. The key is out of the ignition. Starter is beet red, like it's clearly just has current going through it. You can see the front of the motor has another issue on it because it's like smoking there too. I'm assuming the way that the power was going through the motor and grounding out is our issue, because basically it was trying to weld the whole motor together. Very odd. I've never seen a starter fail like this, but I proceed to spray off the starter with the hose. I take a 10mm, I undo the battery cable, and the situation is basically, it's fixed. It's not going to catch on fire. It's fine. I diagnose it for a little while to see if I can maybe, you know, get it to start and drive, because that'd be great, right? Not happening. Starter is cooked. The solenoid is just power right to ground. So, and there's no cut off or no kill switch between the power to the starter and the battery. So it's just all of it. Even with the key off, there's still power going to the starter. And then I also have to deal with the fact that not my Tahoe anymore. Currently, it does not feel like my Tahoe anymore. I mean, I'm still treating it that way, but it is technically not mine. I have bill of sales, I have a car traded, the car's at my house, but I see it's hung up on the building, and it's blocking the whole entrance to this house, where the entire family is inside this house. I am the only call. I am the only call made at this point. No one else was called. Not the fire department, not the neighbors. It was in a community, so there's a bunch of other houses, single wide and double wide houses all around, so plenty of other people around. I'm the only call. Took me 25 minutes to get there in traffic. But I neutralize the situation, calm everybody down, and then we go from there. So I say, no problem. This is crazy. This is weird. This is your only car. I'm not gonna, you know, do this to you. So I say, I'll just get it towed back to my house. I'll bring your car back. We'll pretend we never made this deal. He says he still likes the Tahoe, and if I could get it fixed to the correct, and if I get it fixed to a safe standard, we can still make the deal. It's like, cool, perfect. I would love to, because I still want to get rid of my car, and he still wants the Tahoe. So it's a good deal. Come home, put a new starter in it, done, easy. $150 for a tow later, $150 for a starter later, $140 for a battery later. I'm deep into this Tahoe again. The tow, kind of a wash. That's not really anything. But new starter, new battery. It's in a pretty good spot right now. That's my story time. I got to spend basically my whole day dealing with my car, trying to trade, trying to put out a fire, trying to be a mechanic on the side of the road, trying to talk people into being rational, decisive, calm individuals, trying to be a therapist, trying to be a fireman. It was my whole day. But the moral of the story is, this is why I dislike selling vehicles on Facebook Marketplace, why I hate trading vehicles, why I hate getting rid of vehicles, because it just turns into always something. Yes, I could have just said, tough break, dude. You signed it over. It's not my problem anymore. But with how the situation unfolded, it just did not seem reasonable. It seemed like I would have been a scammer in that point of view. Now, if he got the car today, I don't think any of that would have happened. I've never seen a starter do this. I don't understand any of it. But it's ridiculous. And this is my story, and I wanted to explain it to you guys. I almost had a SRT-4 neon. What do you guys think? Do you guys like the neon, the SRT-4? I thought it was pretty cool. It made all the good sounds. Just listen to that blow-off valve sound. It makes all the good sounds. But it's not worth that kind of headache. So this is where we end up. Me with a bunch of money into the Tahoe. No neon, but I'm still open to trade. So now that you guys know that this Tahoe is in good shape now, let me know. If you have a trade, DM me on Instagram, DM me on Facebook, email me. Emailing is the best option. Email is in the description. Please, do you have anything to trade? I will sell it, but I'd rather not. I'd rather trade. That's where the story ends. It didn't end in a happy ending. I mean, thankfully my car didn't burn down. I still had insurance on it. I didn't take the insurance off it yet, but what do you guys think? Would you have just left him high and dry with a car that doesn't run anymore, blocking in his wife's car and potentially catching on fire, just needing a new starter, which I laid underneath it and changed the starter in the driveway. You don't need to put it on a lift or anything. So it's really not that bad. And they have them in stock. So it took, 2 hours of my day to have a new starter in there. From picking it up to putting it in to taking it out, the whole nine. So what would you guys have done? That's where I'm at. So if you guys want to support my antics, check out the link in the description, cooperboogeddie.com. Buy yourself a shirt. I could really use it. Really emotionally damaged after all of that. But that's gonna do it, guys. Thanks for watching. Keep it saucy. I'll see you next time. I am a huge advocate for toolboxes like this, just like a little toolbox that you could just transport around with you. I just pulled a starter with basically just this and then 2 power tools. But this one, I really like the DeWalt one. Seals good, has good enough handles. I would recommend it. Okay, so here is the fresh starter. Pretty nice one. Triple tested. Okay, so the endless struggle of getting rid of this car. Starter's in, good. No fires, it's good. And then I hear a little ticking, so I feel, and the spark plug's a little loose, so I gotta pull off this plug wire, and it breaks. But I don't understand it. I've never even touched the spark plugs on this car. They're only touched one time, not by me. And now they started to come loose, so that's cool.